So play this one. It's pretty easy to understand. You're trying to win a majority on the most boxes. On your turn, place a marble on a space in the row or column of the previously placed marble, but not on its. That's what the rule says. But not on its. Oh, okay. But not on its or its previous marble's box. Oh, okay. I don't know why I was reading that. So it'll highlight the boxes that you can't move on. It's the previous two boxes. The game ends when no more marbles can be placed. If you have a majority on a box, you score points equal to its size. A box size of 6, where you have 4 marbles, and an opponent has 2, you would score 6. So it's not when it fills up; it's just when we can't move anymore. And it can come off orthogonally in all directions of that line, except from the 2 boxes it was on previously. It'll take a little bit to fill up. So, and whoever owns. It's not the majority of boxes, but whoever owns the majority of points at the end of the game. Yeah.
Oh, you get a 5 bonus for owning the biggest area.
Really? Where do you see that?
Oh, I clicked on the complete rules.
Okay.
Okay, so it gets more complicated.
That might be. I don't know. There was a variant. There's 2 different variants. One's that said biggest area and biggest line, and then there's a variant that said biggest line or biggest area, and I just put normal.
No, I would imagine that normal then is probably. Oh yeah, normal just disregards that the biggest area, the biggest line. So I didn't realize I was getting into variant rules.
Nice. Okay.
So let's see. So basically,
you'll get it after the first few moves, and the first few moves aren't that consequential.
Yeah.
I'd say. Yeah.
So scoring is sort of more important in terms of just total pieces on the board, correct?
Yeah, the total pieces that you control. Or no, so the amount of points. So if I got that 6 and you got that 2, then I would score 6 points and you would score 2 points.
Oh.
So right now we both have 6 because we both
Yeah.
control a 6 or have a majority of pieces in a 6.
This reminds me, ever so slightly of the sort of the tic-tac-toe variant we've played sometimes. Super tic-tac-toe.
It almost reminded me of Conhex for a little bit, just because you're trying to get a majority in a thing to get it. Yeah. But it's not connection. Yeah. Well, the biggest grouping would be interesting.
Yeah, for sure. So tell me what kind of seeds have you got started? I know you got a bunch of peppers started.
Bunch of peppers. So I'm starting 80 more today. That's just two shelves of 40 on the thing. But I have a collection of seeds here that I plan to start, but I'm going to pick out a few more just because I want to. So I have okra, summer squash, and onions, and radish, and spinach. And then I have some sort of tomato that Mike wanted me to plant. Like a cherry small tomato.
Oh, yeah. I love lacto fermented cherry small tomatoes. It's fucking great.
And then I want to go just get basil and some smaller things that.
Why so many peppers though? Like, what are the?
Uh, I probably would have started less if I and like spaced it out a little bit more if I would have started over maybe. But I can dehydrate peppers and crush them up
Oh,
and so I know better ways to store peppers and a few other ways. I mean, but I know better ways to store peppers. I know than other things currently.
yeah.
And the Thai restaurant made me really want to grow peppers, where they just have tons of peppers outside their restaurant.
So what are you doing? Only like spicy peppers, or are you also doing?
There's 6 different kinds.
Nice. Yeah, I really wanted. I asked William if he wanted to get some started, some vegetables. He was like, "Yeah, but I don't know where we're gonna do it." And I was just like, "God, like so much
Yeah.
easier when you're like somewhere."
I got a bunch of cloth pots, and they're really cheap. They're
Nice.
like 50 cents pretty much for a pot.
It's so much easier when I can do the work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The weather was it's supposed to be good this week. It was really great yesterday. I think it might be a little hotter today. It was pretty perfect yesterday. See, like the choices are starting to become less, so it's not always when the board fills up. It's just
Yeah.
so that is somewhat of an interesting thing I found of like, cause so say I only have we both only have 1 and a 3, right? Like,
Yeah.
technically, if the game ended, you would get that, even though, since you have the majority. And same would I. I would get the. So, like, 6s, I think, are best to go after 4, but then, like, maybe during the end of the game, smaller ones. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
I've been going back and forth on it. Because, like, so I have 3 in that 6 one right there. I don't know if you'd be able to, like, stop me. So, I don't know.
Yeah. It would be a big. It'd be a big investment to try and get.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a fun one. I would definitely recommend it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's pretty balanced. There are some games that we play where I feel like within like the first 5 moves I'm just like, oh my god.
Yeah. No clear winner.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, in the first 10 moves, I'd say. First, I wouldn't count the moves, but there's still, well, at least in this game, there's still no clear winner. Because we're close. And yeah, even thinking if it's this close too, then we could get into a position where we like intentionally trap ourselves. So
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, but can always backfire too.
That's true. Very true. Yeah, I'd be interested to see if end game is sort of like, oh yes, very intentional, or if we're both just kind of like, whoops.
No, yeah, why I mentioned that. The first game I played, I wasn't sure if it was fill up or that, and then it ended.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. There you go. Hey.
Hey there, little buddy. Interesting.
You're winning this one right now. That looks like it's gonna be the case.
I would also be interested. I would also be interested to know whether or not the board looks different every single time that you play.
Nice. Oh, so that you could.
So why did that end it?
You could still go. I thought, but it wouldn't really do anything. So I wonder if it's just a certain amount of points. Something I don't know.
Is this finally the game where this whole time when we're like, boy, I wish they would have just ended it 3 years ago?